would oblige them the information, and that will be done in strict confidentiality too. That again underlines the fairness of the Academy's officer cadets admission process. As further proof of its thorough nature, the screening process to select shortlisted candidates for admission into the Academy does not end with their medical evaluation. Next is a series of physical fitness tests, beginning with a 3.2-kilometer race that must be completed in a maximum of 15 minutes. Failure to meet the time results in disqualification. Once again, the candidates are admonished to refrain from exerting themselves beyond their respective natural limits of endurance, and also made to realize the dangers of ignoring this piece of invaluable advice.
Don't stretch yourself to the point at which your heart or your lungs will fail you.
After they have been documented, the candidates are assembled at the starting point of the race. The 3.2-kilometer race is then flagged off at the blast of a whistle, with the female candidates given a head start as a concession to the agenda. Here is the finish point of the 3.2-kilometer race. As the candidates sprint towards and into this rendezvous, military personnel manning the gates are under strict instructions to shut them on the dot of 15 minutes from the start of the race. As the expiry of the time allowed for the 3.2-kilometer race, the gate to the ground is shut, and those who failed to make it to the finish point within that limit are eliminated. For some, the pain of their near miss is too excruciating to bear.
Don't take it as if you have lost everything in life. It's not like that. God's time is always the best.
The arduous qualifying race is over, but not so the screening exercise. Since the through test of a person's physical fitness lies beyond demonstrating their ability to run a race within a stipulated time, the candidates who scaled the 3.2-kilometer race stage of the screening will undergo yet another round of physical fitness tests. This time, they will cross some obstacles of varying dimensions, which they must negotiate through different approved methods, both individually and in groups. During this stage of the exercise, inability to negotiate an obstacle smoothly or failure to comply with the don'ts of doing so, such as dropping or landing in prohibited areas, or failure to refrain from touching prohibited colors, could lead to the disqualification of a candidate, depending on the total number of infractions committed. Unlike the ones that candidates do individually, the obstacle crossings done in groups usually present propositions that are daunting and seem near impossible to achieve, just like most critical.
It is not a war, but training exercises of the military cadets to expose them to the conventional warfare in different terrains so as to be able to confront the contemporary security challenges in the country. The 631 cadets, 46 female inclusive, completed their 2 weeks training at the Nigerian Army Training Area, Kontagora. The training marks the end of all the training exercises of the cadets who are expected to be commissioned in October this year.
In line with the Nigerian Defense Academy training objective.
The Commander, Nigerian Defense Academy, Major General Adeniyi Oyebode, while commending President Muhammadu Buhari for his support to the NDA, assured Nigerians that the cadets have been adequately trained to be able to carry out tactical operations after commission.
So our assurance to the Nigerian people, as charged by our President and Commander-in-Chief, and that we should deal ruthlessly with all forms of banditry, criminality across the length and breadth of this country. And those who are in the forefront of the battle are basically young officers who conduct tactical operations across our spectrum of operations. We have introduced counter-insurgency training, counter-terrorism training, anti-banditry, anti-kidnapping, and search and rescue, and all the likes, including, of course, other conventional training.
Special guest of honor and Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, while congratulating the cadets, says it has become necessary to partner the armed forces to secure forests across the state.
State government will partner with any service that wants to conduct extensive military exercises in Niger State. I know our resources are lean. I know this is a federal responsibility, but because we are deeply in pains and we need some succor for our indigenous, our people, it has become absolutely necessary that we partner with the armed forces to secure our forests.
The guests of honor and some other civilians were put to test in a novelty shooting to understand what the military goes through during warfare.
The event marked the end of the 2 weeks training engagement of the cadets at the Nigerian Army Training Area, Kontagora. Mukhtar Abubakaru, NDA News.
I am particularly pleased with the performance of the cadets today. Of the cadets this time around is much more better than the last performance last year. The purpose of the obstacle course competition is to test the endurance of the cadets, their skills, and of course teamwork in a battlefield environment. The obstacle course provides us an avenue to see how well we have trained in the course of the year and how to navigate different types of obstacles that you may encounter when you go for live operations. Thank you, let's go!
Academy, That was the Nigerian Defense Academy anthem in honor of Mogadishu